Good morning, everyone, and happy Sunday. Welcome to a day in the life / work with me. Of course, when I wake up, the first thing I do is feed the pups. They are hungry, and they would not let me do anything else before I do that. But in the morning, I also always love to check our plants. I know that there are quite a bit of clovers in here. I've been trying to work on getting them out, but I do have some strawberries, some herbs, and pumpkins and squash. This on the side of our house is another set of the plants that I really like. We have some peonies that are blooming beautifully right now. We also have some hydrangeas that are kind of resting. And here's Ryan's most recent plant. I don't remember the name exactly, but it's very pretty. He got this new tall planter, and I think the red really pops in these flowers, especially next to my blue skeleton. Then I go inside and I finally get coffee started. Again, I would love to get this moving before I feed the dogs, but they would absolutely never let me do that. I love me a good dark roast, and today I might have had kind of a heavy hand on the creamer, which is fine. And then on Sundays, the first work I do is, of course, editing What Sold Sunday. Here is a cringy look at us taking the thumbnail. Alrighty, good morning everyone. Hello, face to face, finally. This is a day in the life. This is 2 days in the life, actually. So I'm not sure what I told you in voiceover, but let me just break it all down for you here. I was planning on doing a day in the life on Monday. All of a sudden yesterday, I was thinking to myself, why don't I just do a combo of 2 days? Okay, much better. I was going blind, and while driving, I could not concentrate on what I was saying. So today is Sunday. It is Sunday morning. As you just saw, I was editing What Sold Sunday. It's about 11 o'clock now, and the video is uploading. That's always what I wake up and do first on Sundays. And now I am at my storage unit. I'm just in the parking lot, and we're gonna do one of my bigger projects that we have to do in this video. Throughout these next 2 days, I have kind of 3 bigger work things that I need to do. One of them being going into my storage unit, doing some inventory by putting inventory away, and doing some inventory in the form of pulling inventory. When I pull old stale inventory, I will just go through my posh, and if there's stuff that I just am sick of, stuff that has no likes, getting no traction, I will just like all of those listings, and it just will kind of create a list for me to pull then later on. I know it'd be easier if I honestly wrote these down in like a notebook or in my notes app and actually sorted them by like what is in what bin, but honestly it works just fine for me to just like everything and kind of figure it out once I get here, especially on the days like this where I have to put away inventory anyways. I'm gonna be in all the bins anyways, I'm gonna be digging through everything anyways, so it doesn't really matter either way. So I have 2 IKEA bags in my trunk right now to put away. A lot of them are pants and bottoms, and then I do have about half an IKEA bag of bagged inventory that goes into inventory spots. I've been actually seeing recently a handful of people, kind of a big handful of people, asking for a look into kind of how we do inventory. So this is going to be perfect that we're going to be doing this today. So I'll kind of give you a quick rundown on how I do all my inventory. I know some of you have seen it before, but for those who were wondering or those who haven't seen it, I thought I would just kind of show you. The other big project we got to do today is I need to catch up on shipping. I know that it's a Sunday and the post offices are closed, so I'm not going to be dropping shipping off today, but I am a bit behind. The latter side of my week, the sales did pick up a bit, so now I do have a bigger amount to catch up on, so that's what I'm gonna do, and then tomorrow I will actually drop it off, but I need to pull all of that stuff to ship, so I'm gonna be putting away inventory, pulling inventory to like consign or do something else with, and pulling inventory to ship, so there's gonna be a whole lot going on, and it gets kind of overwhelming, so this will probably take me a hot minute, honestly. Ryan is just running some errands. He's doing kind of like a planter for my mom, and we needed some stuff for grilling. He's running some errands. And so our third like bigger project that we need to do is going sourcing at the bins. Obviously, a big part of my Monday is my bins run, and I am going to the bins this week. Ryan is taking this week off from going to the bins. He has some inventory to figure out, and I think he's actually doing that tomorrow. In summary, our 3 big things that we're gonna be doing and kind of focusing most for this video are inventory pulling, putting away, and my inventory system, shipping, and the bins. I'm gonna now actually pull into my storage unit and we will get moving, because this is gonna be kind of a bigger project and a not very fun one. This is the stuff that I've got to bring into the storage unit. We've got some bagged inventory that goes into my tubs. We've got some dresses that need to go in some kind of dress overflow because they don't fit into the bags. We've got a lot of pants and jeans. And here we are now in the storage unit. So let me give you guys kind of a walkthrough on what the storage unit layout is like. There were people in the unit 2 down, so I do have to do this as voiceover. These are my 2 rows of shoe bins. The top 4 are fancier, luxury, or designer shoes, and these bottom 2 bins are kind of my regular or lower end brand shoes. Next to those tubs are my inventory bins for the bagged inventory. As you can see, I do a letter and number system. So say in bin A, there are A1 through A30, and that applies to all of these bins. Like for example, this is L27, so of course it goes into the L bin, which is actually underneath some of these shoe bins. And if you're wondering what these tubs of kind of sweaters and knit items are in front of my bins, those are overflow sweaters that either I don't want to get hanger marks and hang up, or I just don't have room for to hang up. Here are Ryan's tubs. He does something sort of similar, but he only does numbers. So again, each tub has 30 items, but it's 1 through 30, 31 through 60, and so on. He also has his row of shoes. As you can see, he has a lot more of clothing bins and less of shoes. Next to his is kind of our overflow dresses. This is a section we just got recently just because we've gotten some larger gowns and dresses that don't fit into inventory. And then kind of hidden in the corner are a couple brimmed hats and some shoes in boxes. If we get boxes with shoes, we do usually keep them and ship them out in their boxes. I know some people wouldn't do that, but especially with some of the higher end shoes, I do like to give people all of the original packaging. Then we have my pants shelving. So this is just a plastic shelf from, I believe, Menards or Home Depot. On the bottom, I have my skirts and shorts in a tub. I don't really pick up many of those, so one tub is honestly always enough for me to store all of mine. Moving one shelf up, we have sort of my other fabrics, as I call them. These are some polyester, knit, wool, printed, kind of random pants. They don't really fit a good category. Next to that is some blue denim that I have been arbitraging lately. And one shelf up, we have my other pants. On the left is lighter colored pants, as you can see, creams, whites, light blue, and light green. This is my navy and black pants. And then these are my earth tone pants. I kind of only recently started to do this organization, but I do like how it's going. Up above that are my other blue denim jeans. These ones are my slightly lower end ones, like these Madewell. I have J. Crew, I have some of my Driftwood, some of my Citizens jeans are up here. But these aren't luxury brands, they're just like mid to higher end. And then this is the other colored denim. So black denim, white denim, tie-dye denim. Another thing I don't really honestly pick that much up of, so it just needs one section. And then at the top are luxury pants. So all of these pants are very expensive. I probably have all of these listed over $250 a piece at least. So every once in a while, Mother jeans or even Silver Lake jeans will get up here just because they're so expensive. Sometimes even Citizens, but otherwise there's Dior, Zimmermann, MCM, Bottega Veneta, Missoni, and all that type of expensive stuff. And last is another denim pile. These are some new with tags that I have multi-quantity of. There are 2 different styles up here, so it's pretty easy to just pick through them when I can see the sizing like this. Then we have Ryan's pants, and I have nothing to say. I don't know how to describe his layout. Maybe someday Ryan can do one of these and tell you guys how he lays this out. When he wants me to pull something, I am lost. On the other wall, we have a lot of coats, jackets, and some sweaters hanging. I love that our storage unit has these kind of metal bars that hangers can go on. I don't know what we would do if we didn't have these. We'd have to get some kind of bars to hang ourselves because this just works too perfectly. This is one reason why I don't think we could ever move to a different storage unit, because we kind of rely, as you can see, very heavily on being able to hang these things up here. The top section is more expensive stuff, or stuff that I just think will take longer to sell since it's obviously more tricky to get up there and get access to them. And the lower section is stuff that I believe will sell faster, or kind of lower end items that maybe we end up consigning or something. Here's our step ladder to get up to the top. It's actually like the perfect height, and the system works really well. Then we have these smaller tubs on another shelving setup. These are some swim items and bras. There's Ryan's, mine are on the left. These are my hats. We kind of each have our own of these bins in no particular order. This is some miscellaneous stuff. Below that is Ryan's hats. He's kind of overflowing right now. And these are my scarves. Up top, these are my ties. I have them just all in a bag, folded nicely. We have this belt rack on the side. I think it's originally a tie rack, but it works perfectly for belts. As you can see, we have a lot of belts. And those all hang on this one last shelving setup. These are our bags. I know this looks so messy, but trust me, it's an organized mess, at least my section. I'll let you guys guess. Do you think the top 2 shelves are mine or Ryan? You're right, they're Ryan. It's split by this bin of wallets. So then here's my bags. I don't really have too much organization here because I don't have many bags, so I don't have to dig too much to find my stuff. As you guys know, I've had quite an influx of jeans and denim and pants, a lot. One issue I'm running into is now my blue denim sections are very close to capacity. I'm sure I said it in the voiceover, but this is like new with tags jeans that I have multi-quantity of. It's just easier to have them here, and I can just kind of like look for the size and know that these are all the same. There's like 2 different kinds here. This is just literally blue denim. I don't have it sorted any other way, just random blue jeans. And then it was the start of all my arbitraged denim that I kind of paid up for, but it's kind of starting to seep over into here, and I just think I need to redo this. And I might need to combine some of these other pant sections. Maybe I'll put these lighter colors with the kind of earth tone pants, just to compact and allow me more room. So I don't really know, but I'm trying to figure that out. If I'm doing inventory today, this is probably the best time to figure something like this out. So I think I'm gonna try. I'm not very excited about it, but I think it's necessary. Okay. Sorry if I'm out of breath. I am finally done. It's been a couple hours and my back is like killing me. I did get these reorganized. This is all just kind of like lower-ish end mall brand kind of jeans. These are all higher end names or designer denim, but I didn't pay up for them. So some from Goodwill, like AG jeans, and some Hudson's and stuff. These are arbitrage denim that are not citizens of humanity. So I have my Pistolas, I have some Page, I have some Frame, and some nicer denim here. And then these are all my citizens. Since I've been arbitraging kind of a lot of citizens lately, I just put all of them in the same pile just for easier finding. And then I combined the lighter pile with the earth tones pile because I just feel like they go better together than combining anything with the darks. And here is a look. Oh my gosh. This is stuff I need to consign. This is my stuff to ship. This is stuff I'm gonna consign with the RealReal, possibly. This is also stuff that I'm doing something with. I pulled all of this inventory to either consign or send to the RealReal. I have other designer items I'm sending to the RealReal or consigning. But in general, all of this T-shape has to go home with me now. So that's just great. I'm going home with more than I came with. Fantastic. Here's a look at what I'm going home with. I hate going to the storage unit with stuff to put away and leaving with more. It is just the worst. So I went home and had a much needed lunch. Of course, the pups were begging once again. Then I moved on to shipping, and I decided to just do this in basically choppy fast motion because I didn't feel like you guys would really want to see me literally just putting things in poly mailers and slapping labels on them. So I shipped all my stuff and we moved on with our day.
The next day.
Good morning, world, and all who inhabit it.
Good morning, world, and all who inhabit it.
So it is the next morning now, which I know is kind of a big leap in our time here, because I think we ended off with me shipping yesterday, and I kind of sped through that because who really wants to see me just like slapping on labels and putting poly mailers together? But it is now the next day. It is early in the morning. It is 8:15, and I already was up with Ryan and dropping him off to pick up his car from an oil change. So if I look tired, it is because I am, and I just woke up. So I do apologize that I look dreadfully tired right now. But I am headed to go treat myself to Starbucks because it's an early Monday morning, and then we are gonna head to the gym and then the bins. So today's focus, as I said yesterday, is going to be the bins. So we are gonna basically do like a bins thrift with me, and I'm gonna show you some of the fun stuff I find and some of the funky stuff, some of the weird stuff, or the stuff that I skipped that has damage. So kind of like an old classic traditional bins thrift with me. We haven't done one of those in a while because our bins are very sensitive about people filming there. There are people that used to do like whatnot shows. I don't know, it could have been live Poshmark, but just live selling shows of some kind at the bins, and they did not like that, which I totally understand because they would get people's faces and kids' faces in it who obviously didn't like agree to be there. So I totally get it, but now they have kind of an eagle eye and they really do not like when people film. And of course, the bins are like such a huge part of Ryan and I's living, business, life that we can't get banned or kicked out, or literally our business would crumble. So that's why we don't risk it very often. But I'm just gonna like low-key take some footage of some items. I'm not gonna like pan over the whole place or probably like show myself digging around too much. I just thought I'd let you guys know that. So yesterday, I didn't really say goodbye, but after we kind of like left off, all I did was I actually sat around cross-posting. I went through my eBay and deleted everything that we pulled from the storage unit yesterday, and then deleted just a couple things that I maybe hadn't caught up with. And it was quite a chunk, so I dropped under 900 listings on eBay, which is great because that left me room to really try to catch up with cross-posting. So I was able to cross-post quite a lot. My goal was to do almost 100, but then I thought that I should maybe like leave room to continue cross-posting kind of each night just to like feed the eBay beast. And so I did. I did at least 90 items, but I still have some to cross-post. I'll just do those over the next week because I really would like eBay to catch up this week, or pick up this week. Okay, anyways, I'm close to Starbucks now and I'm going through a roundabout, so I'll catch you guys in a sec. Anyways, Sorry, I was just picking up my Starbucks, which is delicious. So I guess this video has ended up being a little bit more of a work with me versus a day in the life. I kind of just was like, do you guys really care that we went on a walk last night? Like, do you care that I brushed my teeth and we made dinner? Like, day in the life and work with me's are not the same, but they're sisters. They're very similar videos. I think one can turn into the other sometimes. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this work with me. I think this is gonna be probably everyone's favorite part is the bins at the end. It's definitely my favorite part of the work. So I'm excited. I will catch you guys when we are getting to the bins. I walked in and decided to just go through the first row I saw, and this row was pretty full of stuff, so who knows what lies ahead of us today. Pretty quickly, I found this Sundance shirt dress. I'm not sure if people skipped it just because it's quite wrinkly, but of course, just a wash or a steam will totally fix that up. Plus, it's linen, so this is a great bins find already. Next, I spotted these jeans in the same bin. These are some Pilcro jeans, and they are the newer label. They seem to be a slim, which, yep, looks like the tag says so, but I'm definitely picking these up still. Then I spotted this very interesting looking dress. It just looked like a bleached sheet, but then I noticed these patches, and that gave a very Laggin look vibe, but I couldn't see a label anywhere, so I decided to dig throughout the sides of the dress and see if there was any other labeling. And sure enough, this is a Bluefish dress. I'm so excited. This is a great Laggin look brand. I continued digging around in that same bin because I was honestly having some pretty good luck, and I found quite a few good things, even this Free People Easy Street sweater. I also found this MM LaFleur knit sweatshirt. And then I found a couple things that I wanted to Google. None of them ended up being good, but always gotta check. I also had found a pair of figs. I offered them to some people at the bins, but I guess nobody sells figs anymore. This sweater is the next find I had in this row, and it was a soft surrounding sweater. It was a cold shoulder, so I definitely didn't want to pick it up. Though I do like to pick up soft surroundings at the bins, I just can't do cold shoulder anything, and you can't even consign it anywhere around here. How cute is this Halloween Pokemon shirt? If I was a little kid, I would have loved this. Okay, and what is this Dr. Pepper tea? I think it's just like a Shein tea or something, but I think it's hilarious. Then I found this wool sweater by Wilfred, but it is so shrunk. I don't know if it's coming off, but it's bad. Not a color I would normally check, but boy am I glad I did. This is an Essential Antwerp made in Italy sweater. This is a definite Bolo brand, and it's my first time finding this brand as well, so I am super pumped. I was finding a lot, and I was not taking the time to sort, which is very unlike me, so I was getting kind of stressed. Emoji pancakes, anyone? Again, I was still just piling stuff and not taking the time to sort. I don't know what had gotten into me, but I was finding some good stuff. Like, this is a wedding dress that's actually by a brand that The RealReal takes. Plus, it's not dated at all. So I was really, really excited to find it. It's beautiful. I found this velvet Graham & Spencer polo varsity sweater, so freaking cute, and sure enough I looked it up and this is an anthro one, so I will definitely be getting it. Just needs a quick clean, but then she'll be good as new. Then I found this sweater, and this was a huge bummer. This was super shrunk, but it was by Zarina. This would have been my first time finding Zarina out in the wild. I'm so bummed. Oh my gosh, guys, I just found one of, or if not, the best find of my career. This is a historic day for Flip Thrift / Jack Valentine. It's this coat, and I'm not gonna tell you what it is until we do a haul next week, so you guys will just have to see. I found this J. Crew vintage blazer, but this is wool and it's the hacking jacket, which is still made by them. I had found so much stuff. I really need to sort and get going, but I stayed around for one more rotation. I didn't find much in it, so I think that was my sign to leave, but this was a really, really good bins day. Alrighty, everybody, I am headed home now after a long bins day. I honestly wasn't even sure if I was gonna go to the bins today, and wow, wow did that change. So now I'm pretty stressed. I'm kind of my own worst enemy because I do this to myself all the time. I have all this inventory now that we just pulled yesterday that I have to take care of, and now along with that I have all this new inventory that I need to take care of. So why do I do this to myself? Who knows? But I will say it was very, very worth it. That was, I would say, by far one of the best bins trips I have had in a long time, and I feel like I say that so often, but like, I found some freaking gems, including, like I hinted at, one of my best finds for sure. It honestly, honestly could end up being my best bins find I've ever had. Very easily. If not second, but very, very, very possibly could be the best ever. It is crazy, and I am not going to tell you guys what it is until next week when we do a bins haul. So I don't know if next week's bins haul is going to be 2 parts or 1, because I do have a lot, but I am going to keep you guys in suspense until I show you what that find is. But it is like, it's mind-blowing. I was like running around trying not to scream. So excited. I have to, when Ryan and I come back, I am going to have him take a picture of me with it in front of the bins for Instagram, because I need to make a post about this. I'm so excited. I just couldn't like prop it up to do one myself. I just can't believe it. So anyways, I got some chicken nuggets from Burger King, and I am, like I said, headed home. I tried to get as much footage as I could while being stealthy, because like I said, they are very, very, very picky on phone usage, or like camera usage there. So I kind of, anytime I film, try to pretend I was like texting or playing a game or watching a video. So hopefully that worked out, and hopefully you guys were kind of able to see some stuff and see a little window into our bins. I tried to show you a few things that I skipped, and then a couple of the first things that I found. But I hope you guys enjoyed coming to the bins with me today. Ignore the bedhead and the unshaven face, but that is the end of this video. I didn't exactly say goodbye at the end when I was driving home, so this is the goodbye. I hope you guys liked spending some time with me on a sort of day in the life / days in the life, but also basically a work with me. I honestly really like doing work with me's where I can just kind of dive deeper into some of the day-to-day tasks that are involved in my reselling business. So if you guys are interested in seeing more of them, definitely let me know below in the comments. But otherwise, that's all that I have for you guys today. I'm sorry to leave you on a cliffhanger with that coat that I found at the bins, but don't you worry. You'll find out soon what it is. I'm very excited about it. So I will see you guys. Thursday might just be a Ryan haul, I'm thinking. So I might not see you Thursday, but I will definitely see you guys on Sunday with Ryan for our regular What's Sold Sunday. So see you when you choose to see me next. Goodbye.